is OPEYOLEMI. I'm a personal development coach. I major into lifestyle, career, and finance. And I have a website, OPEYOLEMI.com. You can check in the chat box, in between the section, at the end of the section. You can check our website and see all the services that we render. And also, if at the end of this program, after the question and answer section, you still have other things that you really want us to help you with, you can always have a one-on-one consultation with either me or any of the team members. It's not your passion that makes you wealthy. It is a problem you solve. Look for a problem and solve it passionately. Before you consider the kind of side business you can do, you must always consider your passion first. And the reason I'm saying this is you are considering your passion as a first thing because when it is time to give up or when things are not booming well, because you naturally have flair for this, there is tendency for you to stay longer or for you to strive harder because it's something you have flair for. Or like if it's not something you have flair for. But mind you, the fact that it does not end with passion. Yes, that is the point. And that is why I said it is not your passion that makes you wealthy. It doesn't end with passion. Passion is significant, but it does not end there. And so I don't want you to rule out the fact that passion does not bring money. Forget about passion. No. It actually gives you strength to be able to persevere and continue because this is something you can just do naturally. Okay, for instance, you like cooking. What can you do? You know that from that thing you like, that passion, you can actually turn it to a business. At the same time, you are enjoying it and you're still making money from it. And the second thing we'll be talking about, okay, before we move on to that, I know a lot of people have issues with identifying their passion, identifying their strengths and all. That is why I'm here. That is why I'm here. So you can talk to me. At the end of this program, we are going to have a one-on-one consultation. In case you're interested in having a one-on-one consultation, we are at your service. Terms and conditions apply. Okay, so the next thing we are going to be talking about here is what is the nature of your current job? So for you to say, okay, this is the kind of side business I want to dive into, you must understand your current nature of job or the nature of your current job. So are you a 9-to-5 worker or you are a 5-to-9 worker? You must get this thing straight because if you are in Lagos, you are most likely you are 5-to-9. I hope you understand that part. Like you wake up early and you get home late. So if you understand this thing, it will help you to determine or to decide on the kind of business you can do side by side with your main job. Also, you need to understand that is your job, your current job, is it flexible or is rigorous? Is it academic related? Are you still in school? Okay. Someone is saying that his own is 8-to-5. Wow, that is really good. It's knowing that will actually help us to determine, okay, I think this is the kind of thing you can actually venture into and you can be able to balance it up. So know that, is your work flexible? Do you have up to like an hour or two in between work for your lunch break? Some people don't even have lunch break at all. Do you get that kind of thing? So you must understand your current state of job. You must understand, are you a student? Do you go to school? Do you have classes at this particular time and all of these things sum up to understanding the nature of side business that you can venture into. Mind you, I said something at the beginning of this program. I said an average rich man has up to 6 to 7 multiple streams of income. So I want you to have this idea that just one source, they used to say something you buy like water, something like that. One source is not enough. You can be getting a whole lot of money from these one source, but it is ideal. It is actually good enough for you to be able to do what? To have multiple streams, to have different channels that money is coming in from. And that is what we call working smart and not just working hard, going to work morning till evening. And if money is not coming from that place, you're nowhere to be found. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is what are the resources that you will require. So now for these multiple streams of income, thinking about the kind of business you can venture in, you need to think about the kind of resource, the kind of material, the kind of equipment that you're going to require. Is it capital intensive? Is it capital extensive? Like, do you require capital, enough of money, or just something you can do without any capital? So you also need to understand that, is it something that you require to learn enough skills about it before you can say, okay, this is the thing I want to venture into. There are some business that you might not really need so much skills, so to say, that you can just go ahead and do that. We're going to talk about that. Like I have a particular in order to know what to do and all. And also you need to understand that, does it require your time? And is it something that will demand your attention? So we have some business that they are urgent. So for instance, you talk about the freelance business, they are sort of urgent, and you get to hear things from your clients that they need the job to be done between 8 and 10 a.m. in the morning. And for example, say you work in a bank, how can you have a side business and your client needs your job done between 8 and 10 a.m. in the morning, and you work? It's not visible, because in your main job at that time, that is like the peak period also for you to attend to other clients. So you must be able to understand this in order to balance it well. Like, is it time intensive as well? Do you require a lot of time? Does it require your physical attention or not? So you must understand these things too. There are some side business that you don't need to be present there. It can just be online. It is working for you. It has been scheduled to work for you while you are at your own place of work working. All these things are things that are required, that the resources you must consider before saying that this is the kind of multiple stream I want to dive into before you start swimming. And I'm saying this in order to have a work balance. Because we see a lot of people, when they venture into these things, they break out or they get worn out because they're not able to balance it. And it's because there is no proper structure before they venture into it. So now I want you to think about these things. Think about it, like start from the passion. What are the things that you like doing? If you are able to pick one or two, if you like talking, you can go into presentation. Like, let's get into the side hustle. Like, I'm so excited about this thing. So identify your passion, identify the resources that are required, identify the nature of your current job. And the next thing I'll be talking about is try out something different in order to know what you really enjoy. And I also said, if you don't stretch your arm, you can't know how far you can reach. See, this is how far. Okay, you can't see how far I can reach. Okay, but like, do you get, this is how far I can reach. So if you don't stretch your arm, if you don't try it out, you might not be able to know how well you can actually do it. So it is very important that you try something different or something out of it extraordinary. And the last thing that we'll be talking about today that you should consider when you want to venture into another stream of income is consider the location. If it is location demanding, consider the marketing tactics, and consider the people's choice. For instance, you say you want to, what example can I actually give now? Okay, even the cooking part, because that cooking part then is really, it has its side effects. Now, during the pandemic, now consider the fact you now say you want to go and be cooking for people. Everybody will be scared, like, no, this time of pandemic, please don't cook for people. Were even scared to order for food. Do you get? So you need to consider people's choice at that time. Is it what people actually want? Is that what they are interested in at the particular time? Recently, let me just talk about one of my points under the multiple streams of income. It is content creation. Recently, people just want to laugh out loud. People just want to relax their mind, like problem when they finish. You get that kind of thing. So you need to consider what people want at the moment. And remember this thing. I said it is not your passion that makes you wealthy. It is the problem you're able to solve. So you must consider what is the present problem the people are facing, and how can I be a solution to these things. So these are the things. Okay, so these are the things that we should consider before moving into the kind of side business we should do. I know that I'm really rushing this now, and I'm not even supposed, I'm not liking the fact that I'm rushing this thing, but because time is not really on my side. So tomorrow I want to start with the kind of side business that you can do properly.